So this whole business with my knee started a little over a month ago, and it's a Thursday night, done with classes for the week, my weekend has started, and some friends and I were going down to Legends to go see Cosmic Charlie, which is a Grateful Dead cover band, and not doing anything crazy, not drunk, not sober, and just walking in was fine. And then I was heading to the restrooms, and there was a slick spot on the floor, and I was wearing a pair of boots that didn't have like super good traction, and my knee just kind of like went out. And it happened before, but it had never been to the point where I couldn't walk on it. And this time I could not put any pressure on it, and I was really afraid that I had dislocated it. So I had to call my friend Ethan to come get me, and he thought I was kidding, which I was not. And he had to come get me from the bathroom. And the workers at Legends called an ambulance, and I did not want to make a huge scene like getting carried out in a stretcher. And so they were really nice, and they had the guy pull up to the back, and like a police officer helped me out. It was ridiculous. I did not need an ambulance, but I was in a lot of pain. And so I got to the emergency room, and I went in, and they got, I had to get x-rays and stuff, and so I had pants on, and they were like, do you want us to cut them off? And I was like, absolutely not, I will get them off, I love these jeans. And so we got them off, and I got x-rays, and it wasn't dislocated, but my knee was very swollen. And so they put me on painkillers, and then I got, I got crutches, and then a leg immobilizer brace, which this thing is huge. It went from like the top of my like mid thigh all the way down to my ankle, and it had like rods that ran through the back, so I could not bend or move my leg at all. It was just straight. And so my mom came up and got me that Friday, and I was just in a lot of pain and on painkillers, so kind of out of it. And she got me an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon in Charlotte who had done her shoulders, and he's the team doctor for the Hornets, so he's really good with sports injuries. And so we went to go see them, and they couldn't tell what exactly was wrong just from like touch and like looking at it, because it was still so swollen and gross and fat. And so they had me go for an MRI, which was the next week, and usually MRI results take a couple days to get back, and they called me later that day and were like, you have a torn ACL and meniscus, and you need surgery pretty much immediately. So I went in for surgery on April 20th, and they repaired my meniscus. Well, they tried to repair my meniscus. There wasn't enough good blood flow, and it wouldn't heal. So they cut it out. And then the ACL repair is a little more intense. They take part of your tendon from your shin, it's the patellar tendon, and they take like the middle section of it, and they fashion it to like be your ACL. And it like just runs through the back of like your leg and through your knee. And I have a bone graft on my shin, and so still right now it feels like I have constant shin splints, which is no fun, and my knee is still swollen, and it's just no fun. But luckily my knee is getting better. I'm still on painkillers, unfortunately. Actually still on a lot of medication, which is I'd like to be getting off soon. But it has not been a fun process. I was on crutches for like a good 3.5 weeks. My mom had to come stay in Boone with me a couple times, which I love my mother, but she and I tend to butt heads a lot. But she was great. And then so it was like really hard getting dressed, like putting shoes on. You don't really think about how much you use your legs. I mean, obviously you use your legs every day because you walk on them, but you don't like really think about how much you use your legs until like one of them is kind of hurting. And I'm just glad I still have it, but it has been just a process. And so I have 6 months of recovery until my knee is like fully back and I can run and do everything that I used to be able to do. And so I have 3 months of physical therapy, which can be excruciating. So, but it's all getting